Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to break down a classic tale to explore why genuine trust is the absolute bedrock of any real friendship. We're looking at a story that, seems incredibly simple on the surface, just a monkey and a crocodile. But the source material actually offers a total masterclass in the mechanics of relationship building, manipulation, and the absolutely devastating consequences of betrayal. So we're going to unpack exactly why friendships require genuine trust to survive. Let's get into it.
So how much is a true friend really worth? Let's dive right into this exact question through the lens of a mighty river, a dense forest, and two very, very different animals. Our source material introduces us to an old crocodile who has just grown way too wake and tired to hunt. He's literally starving out there, failing to catch even a single fish. So he's resting under a tree by the riverbank, completely defeated and desperate. But up in that tree, there's a monkey, happily eating sweet berries. This setting right here is the perfect blank canvas to show us how value in a friendship is established in the first place. I mean, how does a bond even form between two creatures with absolutely nothing in common?
Section 1. An unlikely friendship starts. To really understand trust, we first have to look at how it's built from the ground up. Because trust rarely happens in a vacuum, right? It usually begins with a specific action. When the starving crocodile asked for help, the kind monkey didn't even hesitate. He shared his sweet berries, and that kicked off this powerful cycle of reciprocity. The crocodile was extremely grateful, acknowledging that the monkey helped him when he was at his absolute lowest and hungry. He immediately declared the monkey an awesome friend. In return, the monkey offered an open invitation. He said, "Hey, anytime you're hungry, come on over to the tree for the nicest berries." They established a clear, mutual exchange. The monkey provides sustenance, and the crocodile provides companionship and, a sense of shared joy.
And this timeline brilliantly illustrates how quickly a bond can evolve from just a simple favor into profound mutual vulnerability and companionship. Look at this. What started on day one as total strangers sharing food became daily visits. And eventually, weeks and months down the line, they're playing on the land together. And the monkey's even sitting on the crocodile's back, just riding around the river. Think about that for a second. Think about the level of trust required for a monkey to ride on the back of a crocodile in open water. That is the peak of genuine trust. Their friendship became completely integrated into their daily lives, showing us that consistency over time is really what cements a real bond.
Section 2. The ultimate betrayal.
But, as we all know, every relationship eventually faces external pressures that absolutely test that foundation of trust. The catalyst for our conflict happens when the crocodile decides to share the monkey's sweet berries with his wife over on the other side of the river. Now, after tasting the berries, the crocodile's wife applies some very dark, very calculated logic. She figures if the monkey eats these incredibly sweet berries every single day, imagine how sweet his heart must be. She hasn't eaten meat in a while, and she flat out demands it. When the crocodile refuses, she delivers an incredibly toxic ultimatum. "I want my monkey's heart. Bring it to me or I'll harm myself." Talk about manipulation. She is literally weaponizing her own well-being to force her husband to commit an unthinkable act of betrayal.
This brings us to a massive internal conflict: guilt versus loyalty. The crocodile initially defends his benefactor. He's totally shocked. He tells his wife, "The monkey is my benefactor. If I give you his heart, he'll die. He fed me when I was starving. How can you ask me to kill him?" He knows exactly what loyalty demands here. But faced with his wife's threat of self-harm, the poor crocodile feels completely trapped and confused, and after a lot of hesitation, he ultimately caves to the pressure. He chooses his wife's unreasonable demand over his friend's life, and he heads off to invite the monkey to his home under completely false pretenses. Now notice the stark contrast here between a completely open, trusting friend and one hiding a lethal secret. To lure the monkey, the crocodile just straight up lies. He says his wife was so delighted with the berries that she's baking fresh banana bread and whipping up delicious cookies just for him. The monkey's mindset? Pure joy. He's generous, trusting, and super excited for a real feast. He is entirely vulnerable in this moment. On the flip side, the crocodile's mindset is incredibly dark. He's still feeling trapped by his wife's ultimatum, overflowing with guilt, and actively deceiving the very friend who literally saved him from starvation. Genuine trust means both people are operating in the same reality, but right here, the crocodile has completely shattered that shared reality.
Section 3. A clever escape plan. So mid-journey on the river, the guilty crocodile just can't hold it in and confesses the real plan, forcing the monkey into a terrifying do-or-die situation. The crocodile's guilt just becomes too much to bear, right? So he blurts out that his wife wants to eat the monkey's heart, claiming she'll fall seriously ill without it. Now, the crucial point here is that instead of panicking, the clever monkey deploys this absolutely brilliant three-step psychological defense to exploit the crocodile's foolishness. Step 1, he stays entirely calm and cheerfully agrees, saying, "Oh, I see, no problem, my friend." Step 2, he invents a completely absurd rule. He claims that monkeys actually keep their hearts safely stored in the trees. And Step 3, he demands they return immediately to fetch it, cleverly leveraging the crocodile's fear of his wife's anger. It's just an incredible display of keeping your head in a crisis.
The crocodile, completely clouded by his own anxiety and, let's face it, his foolishness, actually believes the lie. He turns around and rushes straight back to the riverbank. And the second they reach the shore, the monkey swiftly climbs right up to the safety of his tree. Once safely back in the branches, the monkey drops the act entirely. He exposes the absurdity of his own lie and the sheer depth of the crocodile's selfishness. He shouts down at him, "You silly crocodile, who can live without their heart?" He reminds the crocodile of the basic facts. "I helped you, I shared my food with you, and this is how you repay me. You're a selfish guy."
Section 4. Why truly matters.
Let's move to the fallout and see how this builds into the core lesson of our analysis today. By choosing deception over loyalty, the crocodile didn't just fail his wife's demand. He permanently destroyed the very relationship that was keeping him fed and happy in the first place. Just look at what the crocodile lost here: a true friend, his honor and trustworthiness, and his daily supply of sweet berries, which means he's likely going to go right back to starving since he's way too old and weak to hunt. The monkey tells him directly, "You'll never get my heart, and you won't get any more berries either. Leave now." That bridge, it is entirely burned.
The ultimate takeaway from this source is that trickery irrevocably breaks the foundation of care, costing you the good people who support you. The moral explicitly laid out in the story is simple but profound. Never trick your friends who help you, or you'll lose the good people who care about you. Genuine trust isn't just some nice, warm feeling. It's the practical, structural glue that holds mutual support systems together. Without it, the whole shebang collapses in an instant.
As we conclude this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought to really reflect on who you're sharing your own berries with in your life. The monkey offered his trust freely, which is beautiful, but he was wise enough to withdraw it immediately when that trust was violated. If trust is a tree, how strong are your roots? Are you building relationships based on genuine reciprocity and loyalty, or are you risking your most valuable connections for short-term, selfish demands? Take a hard look at your own foundations and never ever take the good people in your life for granted. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep learning.